So we tussled with some owlbears, stole a baby owlbear, and
Kinda.
Adopted.
yeah. Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. I'm inclined to agree with Dom on this one.
And decided to have breakfast and then start trying to trail the soldiers that are ahead of you again.
Mm-hmm.
It is the early morning hours, and it's slightly colder than usual. A light drizzle has begun, and off in the direction that you're mostly heading, you see what seems to be a storm in the distance. Whether it's coming your way or will reach you or not is a whole nother story. But
Storms are brewing.
Perhaps we should invest in some kind of covering for this cart in the future.
Yeah.
y'all will be getting wet, I suppose, under the circumstances of travel.
Some kind of covered cart scenario would be ideal.
I have a couple of hyena hides we can use for the.
That sounds wonderful.
But 2 hyena hides will not cover an entire wagon.
But perhaps just over the owlbear area?
Yeah.
That sounds like a good idea.
I'll fashion some kind of way to tie them on with.
Sure. Sure.
Maybe you should move your mic a little closer to your mouth now.
Okay.
Sorry.
Was that to me or to someone else?
No,
to Wendy, because earlier we had a close mouth mic situation, and now I feel like it was a little far away.
Gotcha.
I overreacted.
Overcompensated.
What else is new?
A compact would have been just fine, but you had to go for the red Maserati. Oh, all right.
But it's just so small, Dom. You don't get it.
Yeah. I don't. Enough of that. Anything else?
Yeah, Tower has a thought and asks Aranoa for the bag with all the revolvers in it and whatnot.
Yeah.
The revolver bag.
Yeah. And pulls one of the revolvers out of there and loads up another one with rubber bullets and attaches that to itself as well, the same way it does the other gun. I assume they have some kind of holsters with these revolvers.
They would have had the people that you got the guns from would have had holsters. So assuming you took those as well, which it'd be a little strange if you didn't, but you don't. Have to,
yeah. I would think we would. Just to have a second offhand revolver on it just seems like a good idea for certain occasions.
I updated the shared spoils.
Appreciate that.
Excellent.
Then acrobatics for a day. Or if does the owlbear seem restless in any way? Does it seem like it wants to play at all? Because I'll play with the owlbear some. I'd love to do that.
Let's see this. It's not loving the weather.
Sure.
And as you get underway, it's trying to acclimate to standing on a wagon while it moves. So it's not a huge issue at the moment, but it's not great for it.
Sure. Well, in that case, if I need to handle a little bit to calm it down some, or help it out, get better acclimated, maybe even give it a treat or two, I'd be willing to do any of that if I feel like it looks like it needs it.
Go for it. Roll an animal handling.
Sure, I will do one of those. Here comes a skill check. It's a standard one.
You know, if we're planning on keeping that, perhaps we should give it a name.
Well, I hadn't thought about it. Right, exactly. We have all day to think about it. This could be our whole day.
I said 7 hours later.
And this could be our whole day.
Yeah, that's not helping very much.
Yeah, that's fair.
It's kind of pacing. It's not really staying under that area that got tarped out. It's kind of wandering as much as it can through this wagon area and pressing against the bars a bit. Not like actively trying to break free, but just like a little freaked. Not comfortable. A little freaked, a little uncomfortable. Confused be another situation for it.
Well, I've done a try.
Am I on the right? No, that's why. Okay. Sorry, the background here was coming up as a token, so I was trying to figure out what was happening there. I was on the wrong level because I was doing something earlier. But yeah, you can travel on. Suppose make perception checks on your journey for me.
Coming right up.
And it doesn't take long as you get underway. You were on you were just within the forest at the where you camped the night before, you could see the tree line, and by this time you've now passed through, and it is a little more. It is the surroundings are drier, a little more rocky. Trying to think of the right.
Like the picture?
Yes. That will
They
do it.
tell me that we've currently passed through, and so we are here now.
I mean, it might be a little bit longer than that. It's probably more like here now, but yes.
Here's the thing that's gonna really flip my noodle is that all of that silence is gonna be cut out automatically. So it's gonna sound
Yeah.
like we're talking normal. Oh no.
Yeah, that's
I'm-
pretty great.
I need
I
to
guess you have
I
to
need to
say the
figure that out.
dots. You're here, dot, now.
right.
Full dots, very important.
Yeah,
Oh,
you got to
boy.
get that fourth dot.
We gotta hire a
Um,
real editor for these things.
At that awkward
Oh,
moment,
come
you
on.
have to personally
Yeah, no
insert an awkward length of silence into a piece.
Right, exactly.
But yes, I guess for the purposes of visualizing the terrain, it is much like the picture we see, minus the train, dragon, and riders with rifles.
What?
For
That's
now.
not standard.
For now.
Standing
knows?
in all open plains comes a flying dragon carrying a train, riders with guns. Who shot this one in the back? Did the dragon shoot him? That's my question.
I would like to point out, I believe he's been shot in the front because we're seeing the spray from behind.
Yeah, exactly. So, like, who in the front here is shooting at the riders? I thought it looks like all the
I think
riders
it's
are
this
shooting
guy.
at the dragon. So
Yeah, his could be.
So he's on the dragon side.
Guess so.
No. Honestly, while I'm looking at this, what I'm seeing is an
Wait.
all-out. I mean, this is such a derail. Ha,
That
ha, ha.
person,
way.
that person
But,
looks like they're facing their way.
But if we want to break down this image, what I'm seeing is a free-for-all blowout where, this looks almost like a battle royale. Hate to say it. Where they're all going after this train, but now the dragons entered the mix.
Ah,
That could be it.
I hear you.
There seems to be two groups here vying over the same loot, and now the dragon is here too.
See, I assume these were all riders trying to protect this loot train from this dragon here. But I see what you're saying as well.
That gunshot's telling a story. So that
Exactly.
they're not all friendly.
Yeah, that's true.
I assume that the ones that are up at the train are assisting the dragon with cover. I believe they might be some group of cultists.
Maybe
Maybe they're kobolds.
But the angle of the shot looks like the person should be around here.
That could
Right?
be true too.
Oh boy.
Could be any number of these motherfuckers.
Pretty
Could
sure
be-
this is the one who shot the guy.
Someone could be invisible that we can't even see.
Oh
True.
goodness. We have no idea how many spells are affecting what we're seeing right now.
Exactly.
Mhm.
Like the
That-
whole thing could be an illusion on a wall, and if you pull back, there's just an elf there, like minor illusion.
If you zoom in over here,
This
here, is that a person riding the dragon?
Oh shit!
See,
The plot
that's-
thickens.
Or
Oh
am
Oh
I
my
seeing it?
god, I
This
think
is-
there is.
Yeah.
This is a little too advanced for minor illusion, in my opinion. But
Sure.
But that being said, what you do see off in the distance is by this time you are traveling faster, so you do see a little tiny pin dot that is the soldiers rolling on quite a ways ahead, barely discernible on the horizon that you're looking out to. And you can also see, I was kind of using you as a group, that's why I'm just kind of addressing you generally and seeing what everyone's jam was here.
The royal you.
Mhm.
I'm used to hearing that one.
Yep. You can see beyond them what looks to be a large structure of some kind. It's hard to make out exactly what from this distance, but you can, because you can see it the way that you can tell that it's pretty damn big, and it seems to be in the direction that the soldiers are heading.
Should we consult the yay big?
From this point, it would look to be about like either some kind of spire like natural spire, like structure of some kind, or possibly tower. It's hard to tell.
I
Yes,
think
we
that would
should
be a
confirm
good
the
idea.
yay
Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna take a good look at that yay big. Give me a sec. God, son of a bitch!
I can't see.
Let me look at it.
I have
All
a
this
shield
dust is
specifically
wrong.
built for this bullshit.
Oh man, it's mighty dusty out.
All right, hold on. Who here's got a good steady eye and a handful of shield?
I do not have a handful of shield, but I can hold a shield.
Yeah,
and
well,
I
you're
do
about to
have
have a
a
handful of shield. Tower, do the thing.
steady eye. Yes.
Like, calibrate some shit. Do some telemetry. Whatever the hell.
That's
Wave
racist.
a theodolite in something. I don't know.
There we go.
Woo.
That
Trying to
shield
look,
sure helped.
just trying to look past the wet with the rain and all that, and try to make sense of what you're looking at. You do start to get the sense that if it was a compass and this yay big was an arrow, right?
Yes.
It feels like for at least this moment, you are still traveling in the correct direction. It could be that you are right, that it is very close to you, or perhaps you're far enough away that it's not really making too much of a difference any which way that you try to hold this thing out. That makes sense?
Yes. It's hard to tell exactly, but I believe we are traveling in the right heading currently.
And either way, just for future clarification, this thing has never moved enough to really warrant a full-blown like compass-like reading.
Sorry.
So there's that too.
It's very hard to tell.
Well, I mean, we're already here at this point. Let's just keep following if it feels like it's right.
If anything, it's just as if there may be a slight something, whatever that thing could be, is slightly pulling this thing in a direction, perhaps. Like that's about as, but ever so slightly. To the untrained eye, you would possibly never realize it.
But Sheriff, here is your shield back.
Many thanks.
And to you.
Pressing on.
Indeed.
Yeah?
Like Reliant K. No one? Okay, just me.
Oh, no, it's there. I'm just not engaging.
Nice. Going on, that speck that you know to be the soldiers seems to be growing in size, and it seems like they're not moving. They are also at the base of whatever this landmass or structure is from your viewpoint. And as you do get closer to this, provided there's nothing you want to do in the interim, you would start to make out the shape of the structure. The closer you get, it does appear to be something overgrown with matter. I don't. I can't think of the word I'm looking for. Like time has, like whatever this is, has been here for a long time, and the world has kept turning around it. And there is, in fact, earth caked all around whatever this is. But the structure does hold a familiar shape. If you had to gauge a size for it, I'll show it to you in just a moment so that it becomes more clear. It would be gargantuan in nature. I was going to look up the height of something that was gargantuan so I could tell you a good estimate in feet, but incredibly large is the short of it. And as you get in a decent distance from this structure, this is about what you see. It will be in your bottom right of this page that I'm about to bring you to. Just so you know, I think you're there.
Yep, we are on the different page. I'm just, yep,
Okay,
I see
and
the
it'll be-
bottom right. Yep.
That is what you see.
Oh.
That's
Well,
probably
damn.
that's probably roughly to scale.
If we were to put a token on this page, you
Yeah,
mean?
I saw Aranoa put a token up against it, and I think that could be right.
Oh, wow.
Might be a little bit bigger.
That's fucking
Dwarf for
huge.
scale.
I'm sorry, what? Aranoa, what did you say?
I said that's fucking huge.
Oh yes, it's fucking gargantuan is what it is. Actually.
Huge is a different thing.
Yes, huge ain't got shit on this.
Right.
But
Huge
that
is big,
is
but it ain't gargantuan.
And it clearly, as I'm trying to explain, looks like it's been here a very long time. If you want to try to discern what it is, I'll allow some history checks, try and uncover its secrets.
Absolutely.
Sure. I would help somebody with a history check rather than
As
take
would
my
I.
own.
Okay.
I accept your help.
No trouble.
Was
I guess
that?
I'm the only one?
Yeah, I was just double checking. I heard 2 people say they'd help, but I only saw 1 roll. So I was just making sure that's what we want. I'm not saying anyone else has to make a roll. I'm saying
Hold on. His history coming. History coming.
With advantage.
yes, smashing your collective heads together.
Throwing out ideas, like really brainstorming.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Well, you
And
have the best history check out of all of us.
mhm. And between all 4 of you putting ideas together and realizing the shape is quite humanoid, it does end up being Flint that it finally clicks, and you realize this is an old relic, essentially, from the. I need to go consult my dump real quick.
Yeah, I
call
need to
this,
dig through your dump too, because I don't remember all the histories.
Oh,
to
there's a
call
lot in
this structure a really big tower would be a
Ah.
unfortuitous pun.
That's wow. That's a whole thing.
And the soldiers just went right on past this?
No, they're here. They're here too.
Oh, okay.
They
missed
stopped
that.
at this.
Yeah, this would have been an old relic from the
Construct Wars, right?
at least or earlier, perhaps. But
Oh wow.
most more than likely. That would be your best guess, at least.
Sure.
And it was used for devastation. Is there's no other word for it? I don't think. Yeah, I mean, as essentially like, what's the word I'm looking for? Why can't I think of it? I know this word. I love many of the animes and cartoons.
I'm
Gundam?
sorry, I zoned for a second.
Yeah, but what's the general term for that?
Mecha.
Thanks.
A colossal mech.
Yeah, that's what this essentially is. That's what Flint. You're able to put the last pieces to the puzzle, and if you're this close to it, you do see the soldiers have kind of collectively stopped. They're getting out. Some are walking around the structures. There is the leader that you talked to before, and the other one that was kind of dickish. They're standing together, looking over some kind of paperwork. It's hard to discern from where you're standing in relation to them, but they are consulting together.
Sheriff, might I take that shield on a bit of a walk with me around this brother of mine, this ancestor?
Flint is too busy looking dumbfounded at this thing, but just, his arm with the shield goes in your general direction as he looks at this thing with awe.
I'll also be taking the yay big with me on my stroll.
And just to clarify some lore, I should say, anything like this that would have been on the lands that you are familiar with, we'll call them the civilization, the lands of civilization. Most of it, there's probably some things that are scattered somewhere. Something's probably buried somewhere. Obviously, we've already seen some of that people missed. But anything that would be around like this has been dealt with in some capacity. So to see something in all its glory like this is quite rare.
How typically is something like this dealt with?
Out here, who the shit knows?
Fair enough.
If this far west, it ain't.
Tower, would you like some company?
That would be quite lovely. Yes.
I'll follow your lead.
Cool. And essentially, I'm going to be just taking a lap around the thing and seeing if the yay big responds towards this old warforged here, as far as like it draws towards it or not specifically, or if it's still drawing the same singular direction.
Roger Dodger, go ahead and make a perception, I guess. Try and determine if the yay big is reacting to this structure.
I'd look along with you and help you.
Oh, between you and the shield, I should have super advantage.
Oh, I forgot.
If only that were a thing.
Right.
You do not notice the Abig reacting with this structure. In fact, you can get a sense that if it is reacting to anything, it lies far beyond this point.
Got it. Yep. And with that said, I relay that message. Yeah, it doesn't seem to matter how far east or well, is it pulling? No, it's pulling west. It doesn't seem to matter how far south or north I go. It continues to pull west and not towards this ancestor whatsoever.
What are the soldiers doing?
Like I said before, tower would have been lapping around like sort of their perimeters as they are kind of inspecting the area. And then there's the two gentlemen that I mentioned that are near their vehicle, kind of setting up what looks to be some like rudimentary base camp off of it, and just kind of consulting something that they have in their possession.
Should we check in with them to see what they know about it?
Sure.
I will leave that to you all. They did not seem to like us last time we spoke, and I need not interact with them so much, especially as I feel responsible for the injury of one of them just last night.
All right, I'll see if I can get him. See if I can get him happy again.
And just to clarify how tall this thing is, a gargantuan creature is going to be at least 30 feet. This is probably, 100 feet.
I mean, yeah, we can use the ruler, and if we can assume that if each of us takes up a square or whatever, right? It's about 5 feet, but more or less. And yeah, it's like as you said, it's about 100 feet.
Wow, not bad for just guessing.
Yeah, it's really damn close.
Well, that's again.
What,
that's
straight up though?
That's how it is in this seated position too. So you'd imagine if it was operable and standing at full, it'd be much taller.
Horrifying.
Oh, it's big.
So 105, 125 roughly.
Huh?
125
Oh.
roughly.
Were you trying to fully calculate its size?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, this particular, perhaps.
Now, who the hell needs something of this magnitude?
And why send it out into the barren nothingness?
Maybe there was more out here before.
Could be. This seems to be the mission of those soldiers, don't you say? Oh,
It's
you're about to go
like
talk to them.
They're
Yeah,
setting
my
up
bad.
camp. Yeah.
I'm gonna have to call this thing something better than Dom's dump eventually, if I remember.
Are you sure about that?
I really don't see how you could improve it.
Cool. So what's going on?
Maybe talk to the soldiers, see what they're up to here.
You think it's better if you go solo, Sheriff, or do you want some company?
I'll take assistance if you're willing.
All right.
While they do that, I kind of try to coax the owlbear out of the cart to kind of take a walk around, maybe use the bathroom.
Sure, make that animal handling.
Oh, sure. Oh, I need to do that.
It's getting better.
It will eventually apprehensively get out. The area now has become a little muddy too, and it kind of slippy slides its way as it tries to acclimate to this region that is certainly doesn't seem to be from. But it will eventually get out of the cage and kind of tranche around a little bit. It's not really a cage, but you know what I'm saying. From the wagon. And for the most part, will respond to your direction.
Cool. Yeah, if it wants to play or whatever, stretch its legs, maybe I'll figure out fetch or something with it at some point, or wrestle. Bears like to wrestle, dogs like to wrestle, and I don't see why they couldn't fight a little bit the same way as I do with Lou. It'd be really cute if I did it with Les.
Do you want to attempt a play fight with a owlbear cub? That's a question, not a judgment.
Like very, very playfully, like lightly, and if it doesn't respond, I'm not gonna push it. Yeah.
Yeah, I know what that's like with my cat. So.
Okay, cool. You get it. Sure. Yes, I'd like to try that.
I think I have a scar on my arm somewhere where he locked arms, like crossed his arms behind my forearm, and just went to hell with his back legs on me one night.
They'll get you when they're playing. Like
it was a bad night for both of us. We We made it past that night, but it was very bad for both of us. I was stressed out of my mind trying to write reports for a class, and we were, oof. Anyways,
Came to
I'm
an
being
understanding.
recorded, so I won't say anything else. Cool. Just go ahead and make. You already made a. Well, go ahead and make it fresh animal handling. I know we're going to talk to the soldiers. We will, but just make it fresh
that if I can.
animal handling.
Oh, if you can help, yeah, sure. If you want to play with us, absolutely, I'll
Yeah.
take the help.
Like you said, we shouldn't make it so that this owlbear is only used to you.
Oh, that shouldn't have advantage on that, but that 25 should be the number, not the 16.
Okay. Oh, that's right. This isn't a token I have. This is a thing here that I have. Let me just see what this is like.
Could, in the future, like going forward, if I do get a chance to wrestle with this owlbear more as like a playtime activity, could I count that as like athletics training?
Yeah, I mean, yes.
We'll see what happens. Let's see if it likes to wrestle.
It botched its attack on you, so that will be a successful play with you instead of you getting hurt. You do not get bit. But yeah, it's warming up to you. That's for sure.
Awesome. That's all I want in this
Air
whole
Noah,
world.
who's also in conjunction. It is warming up to the people that are handling it, for sure.
Sounds great.
And, doing pretty well for its mother dying just the night before.
We'll take it slow.
What's going to be really awkward is when it surpasses adolescence and becomes more of an adult, and you have to tell it, I killed your mother. And then, that whole thing.
Nobody pick up Speak with Animal, please. It would be really awkward.
Cool. But the others, I assume, are approaching which soldiers? Like I said, there is going to be 6 soldiers in total at various parts of the base of this structure, and then there's the 2 that are at, let's call it, a makeshift war table.
All right, I will casually yet cautiously advance towards them.
Them being, I gave you 2. I gave you essentially 2 groups. One can splinter into 6 different groups, but it's your choice. Who you're talking to?
Let's go to the ones examining the base.
Excellent. And just like a video game, you march up to the war table while the other 2 are mid-conversation. We'll call them, for now, the rougher soldier with the colorful language kind of meets eyes with you and kind of interposes himself between the presumed leader and the 2 of you. Can I fucking help you?
I'm sorry if I'm intruding. Don't mean to interrupt nothing. Just getting a feel for the area.
I don't give a fuck what you're feeling, honestly. I'm just surprised you're still alive.
Yeah,
what you want?
Thanks for the. Just wanted to thank you for the assistance the other night.
Yeah. Might have gone differently if I didn't have to do what I was told, but whatever.
So what's going on here?
Well, there's a fucking thing right there if you can't see it.
Didn't want to assume.
Yeah. Well, we're trying to find a way in, ain't we? Huh? See what the insides look like. Maybe we can use it. I don't fucking know.
What do you know of it before? Looks pretty old.
And he's gonna look at Flint. There's a smart one, ain't they? Yeah, it's old.
Right, but do you know about its history is what I'm asking.
Look, I just do what I'm ordered to do. And I'm ordered to find a way into it. I don't have to know nothing about what it does or why. It's the beauty of fucking being a god, okay?
Sorry, didn't mean to intrude too much.
Yeah, I see you're currently. Sorry.
That's it.
So you seem like you're a little busy at the moment. We'll let you get to it.
Oh, well, thank you very fucking much. I can sleep easy knowing I have your blessing. Is there anything else I can help you with?
Not at the moment, I don't think. I'll let you know if anything comes up.
I'll tip my hat as I turn around.
Glory of King Eris to you. Fuck it. He's gonna step back to the table. The leader is just seems to be spinning a piece of treated parchment, spinning it counterclockwise and then clockwise again, trying to make sense of it.
Now, I'll tell you what, that guy is giving the feather a run for its money. I'm glad he's good at following orders, at least. Hey guys, I get the feeling that they don't exactly like us very much.
You're catching on to that, are you?
I love that you're speaking to one guy and he is setting the tone for the entire group.
And sometimes it only takes one asshole.
It's like, how many Nazis do you have to be sitting at a table eating lunch with before everybody at the table's a Nazi, right?
Yeah, I mean, no, I'm not.
I don't know.
Look, as far as I'm concerned, he is a very vocal minority.
If you eat lunch with a table of Nazis, are you a Nazi?
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Like,
You could be a spy.
No, but
Yes,
like,
why was I at the table in the first place?
see that? Yeah, I know. But
Yes.
like, you're saying like, hey, if you're at a table full of Nazis, how you know, it's the whole thing. Like, yeah, you might be a Nazi too. Is all I'm saying.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm
Despite-
not sure that's exactly something that you acquire through osmosis.
But I'm saying, like, if there's 7 people at a table wearing Nazi armbands, you're going to assume that all 8 people at that table are probably Nazis if you're passing by and not thinking about it too hard.
Yeah.
Yeah, but why am I at a table with 7 people with Nazi armbands?
That's what I'm saying, Brian. Unless you're a Nazi, I don't know.
I've been given no good information about the situation. I have no context beyond a bunch of Nazis.
And that's all you're ever going to have. And with only that context, that's all you have to judge it on.
I feel
And
like I was not personally going to go to that table under those circumstances. I feel
I
like
hear ya.
I feel like it's a moot point.
And just for the potential people listening at home, this group of soldiers is in no way confirmed to be Nazis.
Why are we even on the subject? Who brought up the Nazis? We've lost an argument immediately.
You're saying that they don't like us, but they are trying to get into this old ancestor warforged here.
Yeah, probably looking to, you know, kind of feels like something for the Adventurers Guild, but I suppose the king kind of outranks that.
There's no purple beam in sky, so I don't think it's under the purview of the guild.
Yeah, legally speaking, I couldn't call this thing a dungeon so much as I could call it an incredibly huge construct.
Well, they did go out of their way to help us survive last night's encounter. I see no harm in trying to attempt to find an entrance for them.
To be fair, if we find it before them, there's a small chance we might endear ourselves.
Yes. I
Weighed
think
against a
that's good.
slightly larger chance that somebody's going to be an asshole about it. Might be a risk I'd be willing to take, though. You know, how's it going
Either-
with little Razorbeak over there?
Yes, a name does sound like a good idea, Shroff.
Kicking it around.
It's going quite well. We are tussling.
Brian, I think that would constitute animal abuse if you kick it around.
Crazy.
It's so many things. It's an owl, it's a bear, it's an owl.
It is
bear.
exactly 2 things.
That's more things than one would usually expect.
James Howlett. Jimmy for short. I don't know. Kicking
So
it around.
I've heard ideas to try and see if they can enter it first.
Well, maybe not enter it first, but find the entrance, maybe.
Right.
Do you have any insight, Tower, on where an opening might be?
Well, I mean, I don't think I do. But there is, I think, a book that we recently purchased that might hold some insight and provide us some type of advantage on a check like this.
You did,
Yeah.
didn't?
That
Got
book
all
about
about it.
modifying Warforged.
Yeah, I completely forgot about it.
I
I mean, no, I didn't. I knew about it the whole time.
that's probably more modern based, but there might be some type of correlation between the two, some standard thing that's carried over the many generations.
With that book in mind, with the previous Flint knowledge in mind, I'll let someone make an attempt to try and deduce something with advantage.
What kind of check do you want for that?
Yeah. That's what I was just thinking. Well, I guess that depends on that person telling me how they want to try and figure it out.
Sure.
Or attempt to figure it out.
I'm not good at any of this kind of stuff.
I got a decent history check.
I got good investigation. I could look near the joints because it seems like that would be a natural place.
I mean,
somewhere.
I'll go ahead and recap what you probably know. I mean, between Aranoa with that book and now Tower being who they are as well, you have a rough, if not intricate, those are two various things, but like you understand the workings of at least a tower model of Warforged and how maybe that works. Does that correlate to this ancient structure? Maybe. You also, from Flint, understand that this is a colossal structure used in war, and we kind of talked about it being like a mech, so it is probably piloted in some way. So you would know that too.
If I had to make some educated guesses, they wouldn't be very good because I'm only of average intelligence.
But operating a vehicle from the feet like this wouldn't seem to work out very well. I feel like a pilot would need to be in the chest or head area.
Somewhere that's got some stabilization to it. Center of
And a good
gravity and all
view.
that. Yeah, for piloting perhaps, but getting into a thing like that, I would assume somewhere around the feet or legs, basically just on the ground. So if it rests standing, or somewhere around the waist or hips. If it
It appears to rest in this position.
Well, this one definitely.
I mean, it is now.
But yeah, I'd like to help Aranoa do an investigation check by like just going around the joints and what parts are around the ground, with providing a little insight on my end with what we know.
Sure.
I'll help her out that way.
Okay.
I thought you had a better investigation check than that.
Yeah, it's not great, but
I mean, +3 is nothing to sneeze at.
Yeah.
That's
It's
better
more
than
than
a
I
lot
have
of-
for most things.
You're trained in it, looks like. That's something. Yes.
I also have my smith's tools with me, so I got like big, I don't know, tools. My tools. Sorry.
Okay.
Sorry, that
All right.
popped me harder than it should have.
All
Sorry.
right. No one ever questioned the size of Aranoa's tools. It might be a point of contention.
It was just the Sunny reference.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's pretty great.
But I have like my tinker's tools and my. I feel like I would definitely be looking for even just like little openings that I could exploit to get in.
Yeah, I hear you. And it takes a while because this is quite a large structure, as you can see. But you do. I'm just looking at something to determine what's probably more obvious. Okay. So I would say you spend quite a while, the two of you, investigating the structure, looking for any openings you can find.
We'll take the owlbear with us on our little trip too, because why not?
Of course you will. And it does take some doing to keep it kind of contained, but you feel like a leash would be great. Is it ethical? I don't know. But in its current state, it is a little unruly to keep it corralled, for lack of a better term. This hand is slightly submerged in the surrounding terrain. And this foot is as it is. It is heavily coated in earth and time, not the spice, but just the natural growth of its surroundings.
That's what we call missed opportunity.
With
But
that
I mean,
investigation,
Could be a patch of time. No, it's fine.
yeah, there could be, but not in this instance. And I would say with that investigation, you kind of narrow your search down to those two locations as probably your best bets in terms of there's probably an entry point somewhere between those two, if you had to wager.
I do not happen to have a shovel with me. Do you have a shovel as part of your tools? Why are we whispering? It's fine. Hi, I'm Tower. This is Tower's voice now. No.
You do see a lot of the soldiers have kind of, wow, my brain is going completely blank for words tonight. Focused their search on the mid area here. There is probably one guy over here just kind of checking around. That's about it. Just for some added visualization. There it is. But yeah, you figure one of those 2 points is going to have, there has to be. It just doesn't make sense otherwise.
Yeah, I would want to focus my search around the hand anyway, and it sounds like that's where most everyone at. Because otherwise, if we were to get in at the foot, we would have to go up the leg to reach the trunk, which is probably where a lot of like valuable materials are, and we'd want to get in through the hand because that would be a shorter path for us to take once we're done.
Your logic is flawless.
Um,
Shovels, though?
yeah, see, that's the thing. I don't think I do have specifically shovels. I have a crowbar, I have a hammer, I have so many different things.
Flint, straw, we have an idea here.
If we have an hour, I could make the tools that I need to get in, or to...
I mean,
Yeah, I don't see why not.
you're here. All you got is time, as far as I'm concerned.
Like
all
Orange
this
is the New Black
looking
in this
around,
case.
it is probably closer, a little past midday here. Closer in like what we would think of as a 1 to 2 range PM. Getting out here and then doing all this investigating.
So would you like to make some shovels? Can you make multiple shovels? Just the right tool for the job, right tools? I don't know how your ability to do
Exactly
this.
the tool you need. With thieves' tools or artisan tools in hand, you can magically create one set of artisan tools in an unoccupied space with 5 feet of you. That's not really just wondering. As silly as it sounds, is that what does shovel fall under the purview of such things?
Not rules as written. This is like specifically saying you get a set of artisan's tools, but I mean, if you can produce the right tool for the job, I feel like you can make a shovel. It seems pretty...
You can
If
definitely
you can make a bunch of fine equipment out of that, I see no reason personally why you couldn't make a blunt tool.
right.
Yeah,
I mean,
it doesn't look like there's any tool sets that include a shovel.
because I feel like these tool sets are what you need to
Yeah.
make a shovel. Hear what I'm saying?
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
So your time might. You said you had smithing tools,
I do.
which I don't know, or tinker's tools even, which I don't know which fully those fall under. But your time
As well
might
as
be better.
leatherworkers' tools and carpenter's tools.
Your time might be better spent just crafting a shovel.
I
If
mean,
that makes
that's fine. I will do that.
How long will it take to craft a shovel? I just don't know.
well, a shovel is probably less than 50 gold. And when I say
yes.
probably, I mean absolutely. There's no
Uh,
way it costs 50 gold.
I mean, I'll look up a
And-
shovel, 5e, real quick. I mean,
Oh, I mean,
if we
it's-
need the price.
I don't think it's going to take you that long. I just wanted to double check the work.
It's 2 GP.
Yeah. But I think it's 50 gold a day. If I'm not mistaken. So
1/25th of a day.
if you take a little downtime, yeah, you can craft a shovel. Just go ahead and make a roll. Probably let's just go with let's just use Tinker because
Oh,
then yeah.
oops. I don't know. Doubt it, I guess.
I mean, if you, I would love to help if you would like to take some help during this time. I can bring
Absolutely.
equipment to you, or
I would not turn help away.
This
Yes.
is very unorthodox, but I'll allow it. And you make thankfully with the help of Tower.
What
You
would I
do
without you?
you do make a solid.
Trouble.
You go from what looks to be a very shoddy piece of work ends up being a very hardy, durable shovel.
All right. Let's get to work on this
Which,
area.
considering the cost of it and what goes into a shovel, it does not take that long. It probably takes you about 30 minutes to complete this item, but you will have a shovel.
perhaps we should make a second while somebody sets to work with this one.
Certainly.
Sure, make another check.
You're helping me again, right?
Oh, absolutely. While we do this, would one of you like to take this one and make it happen?
That second shovel is going to be even better.
Can I add these shovels to the inventory then, since I'm
course
not
you can.
doing it through the right tool for the right job?
Yeah, one's going to be a shovel. The second one is going to be masterwork shovel.
Ooh,
Cool.
that could be a magic
Ooh.
shovel. Yeah.
Said master work.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll start digging.
I'm not going to worry too much about where the materials for the shovel is coming from. I'm going to suggest that there was probably some scrap wood and scrap iron from when you made this wagon, and it's been in the cart this whole time because
Certainly.
your run would probably be left. There might be enough for maybe another
In
shovel.
Minecraft terms, that's 2 wood and 1 iron. Just
Sure.
throwing that out there. 2 sticks, rather. Yes, I will summon the arms of Fat Bottom Girl and set them digging as well once the second shovel is made.
Okay, so 2 shovels at work. Well, I know of 1 shovel being at work. Who's working that shovel?
Shra said they were working that shovel, right?
Sorry. Okay, so Shra is shoveling, and then there's a second shovel happening.
That's Fat Bottom Girl.
Okay, so Fat Bottom Girl is using the shovel to dig?
Yeah.
Okay. Sure. Flavor is fun.
I mean, to be fair, when you have ghost hands,
digging with the shovel.
I don't know why I wouldn't use my ghost hands to dig.
And the DM doesn't fully understand how that feature works, so it's fine.
Oh, okay. Well, what it does is it costs a key point, and I can use my wisdom on any strength attempts that I would need to make to.
Oh, so it's like your shovel. You're just going to be using the shovel, but while I'm going to ask Shra to make like a strength check for their shoveling purposes, you'll be using wisdom.
Exactly. That's what it does mechanically.
So go for it.
Okay. Cool.
But for the cool flavor, spectral arms are shoveling while you're not shoveling. Cool.
But not just cool flavor, cool mechanics.
Well, the mechanics are happening, but I'm saying the picture that we see.
Yes.
A 22 wisdom check for a shovel is one thing, but it doesn't necessarily paint the picture of what's happening. So that's what I'm saying. Like,
it is pretty cool.
The arms of your stand
right
appear and raise a shovel and begin shoveling earth alongside Shra, and between the two of you, after a good hour and a half, you have cleared much of the dirt and earth that was around this hand, and you do not immediately see anything that resembles a doorway, but based on passive perceptions that I'm not looking at, but I pretty much I think I remember that the lowest one was a 15. Is that true?
I don't think that's accurate.
I have a 12.
12? Was it 12?
12.
Okay,
Yeah.
it was 12 then. Still
the
fine.
highest is 16.
Right. Lowest being a 12, still fine. Collectively, you're able to see just the edge of what looks to be 2 parts on the bottom of this hand that form a seam.
So it seems to be facing the ground. Is
correct.
Okay, gotcha.
There seems to be a seam that you can interpret as possibly a hatch of some sort. It would be facing the ground based on the position of this structure. It is 9:30. How are we doing? We okay?
Oh, I didn't even realize.
Yeah.
We should probably
Yeah, sure.
go in.
But you have found a door.
Nice. This episode ends like that episode of Lost.
Or you have found part of a door. Part of a hatch. I'll keep calling it a hatch. That makes more sense for what we're talking about.
Also
And,
Lost.
yeah. It may require more digging and ingenuity to access a hatch that is facing the ground and also load bearing, apparently. Or you may want to look for other options. I don't know. But you've found something there, and that may take some doing to get into based on its positioning.
And I'm sure we could just knock it over, no repercussions.
I mean, an old colossal structure made of metal, and who knows? Should be
as
fine.
long as we don't go to the Prometheus school of running away from shit, should be fine.
The question in my mind is, are we trying to get into the structure, or are we merely trying to open the structure to them? This does not seem to be any part of what we were trying to do long term.
Well, I think now that we found it, we should let them know, and then we can see what happens.
Yeah, they might have a better idea than we do.
Yeah, sounds good.
Also, have you seen this thing?
It does look real cool.
interesting.
It looks amazing.
Yeah.
Hey, I'm not telling you got to go inside of it or what. I'm just saying.
Oh, no doubt.
That's what you have.
To go inside.
At the stop of this session, you have found a door.
Yep.
You have found what you think could be an entryway. A hatch. I know, I keep saying door. Door, hatch. It's a hatch. You have found a hatch.
Sounds like a good plan after a short break.
Short break being...
Oh, like just our session ending?
Yeah, I know.
Upwards of a week.
Exactly. That was me also saying, like, which we can probably do even after we stop this recording if you want, or we can do it now, saying, like, Will we be meeting up anytime soon? This is Wednesday evening, correct?
Oh yeah, we can go ahead and that's the end of the episode. We'll stop the recording. We can talk our personal business. That way we don't feel pressured or whatever.
Well, just as a nice little button, I'll do this.
Sure.
You unearth a hatch.